So you did it. You launched your brand new Fiverr gig, you polished it till it was perfect, you hit publish, and then absolute silence. Just crickets. If that sounds a little too familiar, don't even worry about it. In this explainer, we are going to break down exactly why that's happening and give you a super clear blueprint to finally land that first order. All right, let's dive in. Man, it is one of the most frustrating feelings for any new freelancer, right? You know you've got the skills, but your gig is just sitting there, 0 impressions, 0 clicks, and, yep, 0 orders. It makes you question everything. But what if I told you the problem isn't your skill at all, but your strategy?
The good news is you're definitely not alone. I mean, pretty much every new seller falls into the exact same traps. So in this first section, we're going to diagnose these common mistakes. Think of it like a quick health check for your gig. Because once you see the problem, trust me, you're already halfway to fixing it.
Okay, so first up, there's the big one, overthinking. Spending weeks or even months trying to create one single perfect gig, that's a classic trap. Second, choosing the wrong service. Offering something that nobody is actually looking for. And third, a poor presentation, which means even if buyers do find you, they just scroll right past. These are so incredibly common, and thankfully they're all very fixable. So if those are the problems, what in the world is the solution? Well, it all starts with this really crucial shift in how you think about things. To succeed, you have to stop thinking like a seller who's really proud of their skills and start thinking like a buyer who has a problem they need solved like right now. This is what we call the marketplace mindset. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the perfectionist, who's kind of trapped, slow, and anxious, waiting for everything to be just right. But on the other side, you've got the marketplace thinker. This person launches, learns, and adapts fast. It's a total shift from, here's my resume, to here's the solution to your problem. You go from slow and anxious to fast and, most importantly, data-driven. And this gets right to the heart of it, client psychology. Think about it. A buyer on Fiverr is busy. They're scrolling, looking for a quick, clear, and reliable fix. They aren't looking for the most complex or artistic thing out there. They are looking for the fastest path from their problem to a solution. Does your gig offer that? Here is probably the single best way to think about it. Treat Fiverr like you treat Google. People don't just browse around, they search. They type in a problem, and they're looking for a service that solves it. So if you're offering something nobody is searching for, it literally doesn't matter how amazing your gig is. On Fiverr, demand is everything. All right, we've diagnosed the problem, we've shifted our mindset, now for the really fun part. Let's get into the practical, step-by-step formula that's going to take you from 0 impressions to landing your very first order. So here it is, the blueprint. We're going to start by picking a simple, beginner-friendly service. Then we validate that people actually want to buy it. From there, we create a few simple gigs, not just one. We're going to write titles that actually grab attention. And finally, we look at the data and we improve. Let's break down a couple of these key parts because they're super important. So many beginners see competition and they run for the hills. That is a huge mistake. Competition is proof that there's demand. If you see a category that's just full of successful sellers with thousands of reviews, that's not a red flag, that's a giant green light. It's telling you, hey, this is where the buyers are. And here's how simple it is to check. Seriously, go to Fiverr right now and just type your service idea into the search bar. Are the top results flooded with level 2 and top-rated sellers who have tons of orders in their queue? Perfect. That's your validation. You've just found a healthy, active market. Okay, listen up, because your gig title is probably your most important sales tool. Don't just say, I will be a writer. Instead, say something like, I will write 3 SEO-optimized blog posts for your tech startup. See the difference? It's specific, it uses keywords people are searching for, and it screams the benefit for the client. So when you put it all together, the big takeaway here isn't about some one-time fix. It's about adopting a whole new strategy. You're no longer a perfectionist, you are now an experimenter. You launch, you learn from the data, and you repeat. You see which gig starts getting impressions, and you double down on whatever is working. This is the cycle of continuous improvement that every single top seller uses. Look, if you remember only one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this right here. On Fiverr, speed and iteration beat perfection every single time. Stop waiting for it to be perfect. Start testing. Get your gigs out there, listen to what the market tells you, and adjust. That is the real secret path to success.
So I'll leave you with this one question. Just for a moment, forget about your big, grand, perfect plan. Based on everything we just covered, what is one simple, high-demand service that you could create a gig for and launch today? The answer to that question is your first step.